All right. So apparently in this interview, The Rock talks about his wig. I've got to see this. Okay. How Dwayne Johnson became live-action Maui for Moana, from 40 pounds of prosthetics to honoring his heritage. You know, the interesting thing is, I think that he must have shot this after he lost the weight from the smashing machine, because if he had come in as the smashing machine, he wouldn't have had to wear any prosthetics, I don't think. They could have just painted those, tattoos on him and he would have been just fine. Although I don't know if he would want to sit in that makeup chair for that long. You know, it's a long, I've watched different makings of different movies, from Terminator 2 to talking about how long Batista had to sit in that damn chair to become Drax. So, however, let's move forward, because it looks like, from what everyone saw, it's beyond me, with the whole Hollywood machine being behind this man, that they would do that to his wig. I have come to the conclusion that the best wig for him to have worn, all they had to do was hire the best black hairdresser of all times to put a lace front wig on him. For those of you that do not know what a lace front wig is, look it up. But when a lace front is put on properly, to the untrained eye, it looks like it's the person's natural hair. And it does not look like they're wearing a wig. They should have done that with this man, instead of stapling that Party City wig to his head. Johnson and director Thomas Colley talk about turning the animated modern classic into a live-action epic. Hair is very important to Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men and women. From Disney Moana, his mana is his spiritual energy, is tied to his presence, and his luscious locks play a big part in that. As a wayfinder, you can just see him on the back of the canoe with the wind blowing. Thomas Colley, the director of the live-action Moana, tells Entertainment Weekly. By the way, me and Scarlo are both sick. I don't know if it's allergies. I don't know if it's the flu. I don't know if it's a cold. But I've been told by people that are watching my videos and seeing me sniffing way more than normal, because I tend to have sinus issues. It's going around. There's a bug going around. And it's in the form of either a flu or it's allergies. And maybe it's both. When transforming Dwayne, the voice of Maui, in 2016's animated Moana, and the 2024 sequel, into the character of legend for the live-action version of the epic tale, the wig became paramount. I can't tell. And y'all know I've been watching. Y'all been watching me for years. Like, this dude is one of my favorite entertainers of all time. To me, he's one of the GOATs of all time of entertainment. But I can't believe they did this to him. We knew it had to be something that could have a real lift to it, Colley explains. Because you're doing this on the water. What does it look like? Wet. In a real conversation, when you're making Moana, that one weighs 7 pounds more than all the water in it for all those hours a day. Disney's new trailer for the live-action Moana, coming to theaters July 10th, shows a first look at Johnson's full Maui transformation, a process that he found both grueling and rewarding. The thing that became the challenge that I had to work through very quickly, that I didn't anticipate, was the prosthetics and the hair, and then the body. That is an additional 40 pounds on you. The star exclusively tells EW of the bodysuit he wore for the role. There's a freedom when you perform, whether it's as an actor or singing. So that was an adjustment on how to actually work my emotions through the 40 pounds of prosthetics and hair body that I had found on me. The reward was the process meant to him personally. The story of the live-action Moana is the same as the animated original, which centered Polynesian culture and traditions. Played now by Catherine Laga, Aya, the daughter of Matunui chieftain Tui, is chosen by the ocean itself to journey across the sea to return to the heart of the goddess, Te Fiti, which Maui stole thousands of years ago. Okay, so let's start out the story. He reflects on his grandfather. Anytime his father, okay, WWE. All right, so I think that's all about the hair. I think that's all about the hair. They said it became paramount. Shame on y'all. It wasn't paramount enough. Oh, man. They did my boy dirty. They did my boy dirty, man. Oh, man. Says here, the challenge for Moana became maintaining his physique. Maui was a big guy, and I couldn't lose the weight because when you lose weight, you lose it here, he says, pointing to his neck. I couldn't have a big bodysuit and then a small little neck. 40, 50 pounds is a lot to put on. Then it's a lot to maintain for months. It was grueling because of the suit and how it was. Wait till you see pictures. In between takes, there's literally 5, 6 people, all with fans, opening me up, pulling my hair back. Wow. Wow. Some of the stuff they go through for these pictures, man. For these movies. All right, y'all. Well, this looks like this was him talking about the hair. This isn't him responding to the backlash of the hair that people are doing. So the backlash tends to be being mainly about the hair and the fact that nobody wanted a Maui remake now, a live action remake now. So, they have something at the bottom here. Everything you might want to know about Dwayne Johnson's Moana wig. Now, when did this one come out? This is March 23rd. This one's March 24th. The internet has spoken, and the standout of the new live-action Moana trailer, for better or for worse, is indeed Dwayne Johnson's Maui wig. The hair caused quite a bit of a reaction after the new preview arrived earlier on Monday. This is definitely something... Good Lord, man. SNL lighting, a non-bald Dwayne Johnson feels so wrong, are just some of the responses percolating on the web, while memes already started to roll in. In separate interviews with Entertainment Weekly that occurred prior to the trailer reveal, Johnson and director Thomas Colley answered some of our burning questions about picking the wig. Yeah, I already read that part. The wig was very crucial and important. It doesn't feel that way. And there were a handful of iterations looking to apply very early, he continues, but the most cost-effective, most time-effective, but ultimately we have to go back to the main thing, which is the best for the film and the audience's experience. That sounds very corporate answer. I saw Dwayne in hair way more than I didn't. Callie, known for his work on Hamilton in the Heights, says. So I would see him after and I'd be like, that's what you look like. Yeah. Yeah, they still haven't responded. Everyone in the world has an opinion about hair, Callie says. They might not want to talk to you about lighting. They might not want to talk to you about the set construction, but they're going to talk to you about what somebody's wearing, and they're going to think deeply about what someone's hair looks like. So much of, you're just constantly scrutinizing it, Callie adds. What are the different looks? What does it feel like when people, it's not really It's just more about the hair and their thought process on it. But I want to... Oh my God. Post the comments down below. Let me know what you all think. I can't wait for them to give an official answer about this. That's all they needed was a lace front wig on him done by a professional. And it would have looked real. 10 million subscribers.